Folks, big news here before we get to your calls. I've been teasing this for, all of last week. And if you've not seen my social media or gotten our official email, then I can now tell you, and I do it with tremendous excitement, we've got a book coming out straight from the content of this show. If you're watching via YouTube, I'll show you what it looks like. Look at that beauty. There it is. So you can check that out. If you don't watch on YouTube, you need to go see it. YouTube, just search The Ken Coleman Show. We'll get that up. The Proximity Principle, the proven strategy that will lead to the career you love. This is the book. It will hit stores May the 13th, but it is available for pre-order today. You can get it at kencoleman.com right now. And even if you are in your role that you know you were created to fill, this is still a viable practice to keep moving up the ladder. And if you're not where you want to be, this is why I wrote the book. Principally for those of you who kept saying, hey, Ken, I kind of have an idea, or I think I know where I want to go, but I don't know how to get there. It takes the fear out of the journey. There's 5 people and 5 places that I tell you about in the book. I tell you who they are, how to get in front of them, and how they're going to help you. Because as you've heard me say 100 times, you'll hear me say it, I hope, 2 million more times and counting. In order to do what you want to do, you've got to be around the people that are doing it and in the places where it is happening. That is the proximity principle. And we've expanded it to a book. And I'm so beyond wildly excited about getting this in front of as many people as possible. It's a great graduation gift for the high school or the college graduate in your life. Wives for your husbands. Husbands for your wives. Folks for your friends, for yourself. It is a time-tested principle. I got to tell you, the story behind this whole thing was on my way to work about a year ago, and I was reviewing at stoplights a question or two from a young man who was going to interview me for his podcast. And he basically said, well, if you're going to boil down your success in broadcasting from nothing to where you are now, what would you say it is? And I was really trying to give this young man a good answer, and that's what I came up with. Well, I put myself around the right people in the right places, and I just kept doing it. So the next stoplight, it kept percolating in my mind, and so now I'm going, well, that's pretty darn good. That's good. That's what I'm going to tell the young guy. Just get around the right people in the right places. The right people would be people that are doing what you want to do, because that's where you get the knowledge base. That's where you get a chance to actually prove yourself, and then, of course, you get a chance to connect. So I'm moving between lights, and I'm only 6 miles from the office. And so then I go, well, it's all about proximity. And so then I'm like, that's good too. And so then we kept driving along. There's no we, but I must have been talking to myself. There's no question about it. I was all excited. And so I'm in the car, and I'm starting to pull into the road right next to the office, and that's when it hit me. It's the proximity principle. In order to do what I want to do, I've got to be around people that are doing it and in places where it's happening. And I pull out my iPhone, and I record it, and I listened to it about 3 times before I got out of the car. And I went, this will preach. I mean, this is huge. I got to share this. And so, Joe, you remember that day I came in and I told you and Madison about it. I was like, I'm going to talk about this on the show. And I talked about it. And here's the best part. You got it. Show after show. You got it. People started practicing it. People started emailing in. And then we said, well, we got something here. And then Dave heard about it. Dave Ramsey, he goes, this is good. This will preach. And I said, I know it'll preach. I've been preaching about it. And he said, we got to do a book. And I said, thank you. And so then I started thinking about it. And I really got deep. So you've heard me recite the principle itself. But what we've done in the book is I've gotten deep. And I essentially walk you along my journey and then other people's journey. Many of you callers who shared how the proximity principle has made a difference in your life. So you are in the book as well. And so the point is that we're really excited about helping as many people as possible go, wait a second. You're telling me, Ken, if I get around the 5 people, and it could be all 5, could be just 1 or 2 or 3 of the 5, but there are 5 archetypes in this book. If you get around these people, then you're going to get what you need from a knowledge standpoint, from a wisdom standpoint, from a connection standpoint, from an opportunity standpoint. And they're going to point you and put you in the right places. And then when you're in the right places, guess what? You meet more of these people. And so what I'm proud of is that I have gone deep and expanded what you've heard as the proximity principle up to this point, and I'm blowing the myth that the journey is impossible, that the journey is crazy scary, and that it's just a journey of luck. I'm blowing those myths away. And we're going to show you exactly how to get where you want to go. So there you go. It's available now. Pre-order at kencoleman.com. Can I also say to those of you who are so kind and so supportive on social media and listening to the show, would you help me spread the word that it's out there so you can share the stuff we've put out on social? Many of you already have this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot do it alone. I preach that to you, and now I'm asking you to help me help as many people as possible. So there you go. That's what the big news is, and we're so very excited about this getting out there again. It comes out May 13th, and here's the deal. Oh, I forgot to mention this. If you pre-order today and through our period here, we got about a couple months here of pre-selling this thing, you're going to get the Proximity Principle ebook and a video lesson from me entitled Discover What You Were Born to Do. You get both of those for free in addition to the book. So those are two great offers. All you got to do is pre-order kencoleman.com, and we'll get you those great assets when the book comes out. So there you go.